me, Mario!
Hello, my name is Jacob Murray and this is my slide cast assignment for hashtag 3UA3 History of the Future. Today I would like to begin by introducing the creator of the famous Nintendo company, Fusajiro Yamauchi, and my selected futurist, his grandson, Hiroshi Yamauchi. Hiroshi was a futurist who predicted that the toy industry was going to be dominated by electronic gaming systems. He created what is historically known as the Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the NES, which was the most evolutionary gaming system of history. First and foremost, a little introduction to Hiroshi Yamauchi and the creator of Nintendo Koei. Hiroshi founded Nintendo Koei in Meiji 22, 1889 in Kyoto, Japan. At first, the company strictly produced and sold handmade Japanese playing cards. Before we go into and discuss Hiroshi Yamauchi's predictions and development, it is important to note who he was and where he came from. Yamauchi was born on November 7, 1927 in Kyoto, Japan. At a young age, his father abandoned him and his mother, leaving him to be raised by his grandfather, who was at the time the owner of Nintendo. Being the only heir to the family's company, it was not until he was 21 when he assumed the position as president at Nintendo in 1949. When Yamauchi stepped into office that year, he was not welcomed by many of Nintendo's employees because they resented his youth and inexperience. At first, he continued to modernize the fashionable playing cards, which were Nintendo's main product. It was not until 1969 when he changed the company's name to Nintendo Company Ltd. Yamauchi's plan was to turn Nintendo from a modest card-making company into a giant video game company. Yamauchi had predicted that electronic gaming systems would dominate the toy industry. In 1975, he found out that the latest technological breakthroughs were the electronics industry and realized that these technologies, as a part of revolution in office and consumer products, were becoming cheap enough to utilize in entertainment products. He envisioned a future in the development of technology and predicted that technology would take over the toy industry. It was not until Nintendo teamed up with Mitsubishi to build a video game system in 1977 that the company was seen entering the world of audiovisual entertainment and consumer electronics. Nintendo unveiled two systems that played a variety of games, Color TV Game 6 and Color TV Game 15. The two home entertainment systems did quite well on the market, selling roughly 1 million units of each system, but Yamauchi was searching for a revolutionary design, a home system that could not be matched by any other company's device. In 1983, the gaming industry would be changed for the better and Yamauchi's predictions would start to unravel. Nintendo released its first real and successful home video game console called the Famicom that year. First in Japan, and a year later it was released globally. The success of the Famicom in 1983 and the updated version in 1984, renamed the Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES for short form, was remarkable. Nintendo's release of their entertainment system shut down 14 competing home video game machine companies and would become the iconic company for what the future held for the toy industry. Yamauchi wanted a bigger and better system. He included that the NES would have 2,000 bytes of RAM compared to the leading competitors with 256 bytes. In addition, games for the new Nintendo machine could be far more complex than his competitors. A Nintendo cartridge could contain 32 times more computer code than an Atari cartridge. Yamauchi was changing the industry massively with these innovations. Just to gain a sense of how well these innovations did on the market, here are some general facts about the total sales in the years that followed. In 1988, total sales for Nintendo systems and related licensed merchandise reached 1.7 billion. According to a Nintendo spokesperson, 12% of all American homes own Nintendo systems, and Nintendo commanded approximately 80% of the video game market. Games through electronic systems were everywhere. Not only were children playing video games on their NES, but they were also consuming it in other means. By the mid-1980s, it appeared that the home video game market had, as one analyst put it, crashed and burned. Sales reached as low as 100 million in 1985. The introduction of new systems such as Nintendo, however, brought sales up to 430 million in 1986, 1.1 billion in 87, 2.3 billion in 88, 3.4 billion in 89, and 4 billion in 90. Under Nintendo's leadership, the home video gaming industry became more profitable than ever before. This product not only revolutionized the gaming industry, but it also can be seen as the saving factor to the toy industry. According to Marshall McLuhan, a famous and well-known futurist, he believed that games are extensions not of our private but of our social lives. They are a media of communication, in fact a significant part of the mass media, a series of situations contrived to permit simultaneous participation of many people in some significant pattern of their own corporate lives. Not only children were consumed and amused by the productions of Nintendo, people believed that through these devices, games could be used in a socializing manner. Nintendo connected people on a different level, in a way like no other. Toys and games were literally brought to life through the story modes of famous titles such as Donkey Kong and Super Mario Bros. Hiroshi Yamauchi's predictions were that the toy industry would be dominated by stimulated gaming systems. Through his innovations of the home entertainment systems, people would be united together. If it was not for the color TV Game 6, 15, the Famicom, and the NES, the video game industry would not be what it is today. In conclusion, if you take the multitude of Nintendo in contemporary day, you can still see the development of the gaming console as the leading toy. Even if you read through Nintendo's history on their website, you can see the development of the gaming console and what was created because of Yamauchi. I would find it pretty hard to argue that Hiroshi Yamauchi was not in fact a futurist. His predictions that his company and its products would be the leading toys in the entertainment industry were right on the button. Yamauchi's vision of the future and the involvement in the development of the gaming technology is what characterizes him as a futurist.